Hello, dear friends. Once again, good morning to all of you. Welcome, all of you. And this is the last part of this PE subject and chapter number 6. This is the last part of this unit, and it's very important regarding the point of view of GTU examination. And in this part, what I discuss is all are very important topics. Okay, and this all topics are asked in GTU examination in last we can say year, so it's very important, right? So let's start this last part of this unit number 6. So in this particular video lecture I discuss two topics, quality of working life, and second one is the ethics of Vivekanand, Gandhiji, Arvind Ghosh and Tagore ji. Okay, so this all are very important topics, and these all topics are asked in GTU examination. So you should learn and you should think about this carefully and learn about this carefully and listen. Okay, so let's start. So first topic is quality of working life. What are the quality of working life? So dissatisfaction in the working life is affects to the workers. Sometimes or the other regardless of this position, there can be a stress, frustrations or the burden. So it's other words we can say lack of motivation, which leads to be a reduced productivity. So this is a harmful for the both individual and also harmful for the organization. You know that if any person is dismotivated, right, if any person cannot get a promotion, not get any we can say according to their work they cannot get enough salary, right, at that time their person is a stress, feels stress, frustrated, right, so they cannot work with the concentration, work with their all over capabilities. At that time that's also harmful for the individual, but because they cannot achieve their targets, and organization, because organization cannot achieve their right we can say manner of the profits and cannot achieve their targets, right. So the manager always strives to be a reduce the job dissatisfaction at the all organizational level. Okay, then you know there are the three levels of organization. What are there? Yes, there are the three levels of organization. First, second and third. First one is a yes top level management. Second one is a middle level management, and third one is a bottom level, right? I hope you know about that. So first top level is considered the higher authorities like the manager, then board of directors, and in the middle level there are the departmental heads are considered, that supervisors are considered in the middle level. In the bottom level there are the considered like a labor foremen, right? So in the all level manager have the responsibility to reduce this type of dissatisfaction. So the manager dissatisfaction is depend on the quality of work life. According to their work life, they have to always try to reduce that. If there is the employees satisfied, and they have to be will be motivated for the work and will serve to company and the customer in the better way. If your employees are satisfied, then always they have to try to be doing a good work and always try to good work, and it's always helpful for the organization. So there are the three major things is leads to be a satisfaction. First one is a safe work environment. It's very important. Nowadays you know that there are the various type of organization, they have to work like factories and some dangerous and hazardous products. At that time production of this hazardous product, they have a requirement of the safety. Like take the example in the Ultratech cement, they have to provide the safety equipment, safety tools to their employees like helmet, then after gloves. So this type of safe environment are very important. If they have to consider this type of safe environment for the employee, then employees are satisfied that company have a concern about that about our health, right. In the nowadays COVID situation, you also know that there are the various companies have to provided some type of equipment like they have to provide some type of kit tool, health kit tool for their employees, like they have to give a sanitizer to them, mask to them, then after some type of we can say liquids that have to important for this type of pandemic situation, they have to provide to them. So it's very important to give this safe work environment. Second one is the sustainable work time. If you have to provide the sustainable work time to them, like you cannot have to doing any rigid way, you have to give a flexibility to them. If they have to complete their task, then you have to allow to go out from them, right, from the workplace. So it's a sustainable work time. If you provide to them, then it's a very important for them. Then appropriate salary, it's very important, it's very important. If there are the two we can say employees are working in the same field, and if any one person have to get the higher salary and second person have to not get the right manner of salary, it's always created this we can say satisfaction for the second one, right. So always provide the appropriate salary according to their work. Then nature and scope of the quality of work life. So the presence of the above mentioned three factors is certainly result in the employee satisfaction. If you provide the good work environment, if you provide a sustainable work time, if you provided the safety, security and the appropriate salary, then your employees are automatically satisfied. But there are the many other factors which can make employees even motivated to deliver the work more beyond the expectation. So the more than the satisfaction can be delighted and hence to be achieved the OWL. OWL, it's your quality of work. Owning, it's a Q. Here is a QWL. So the organization can improve a many aspects. The quality of work life is depend on the quality of relationship that employees and their environmental have. If your environment is a good, without any we can say frustration, without any we can say that requirement of any stress, if your if your environment is a happy environment, then your employees are automatically satisfied. So following there are the aspect of the improve this working workplace at the achieve the QWL is the quality of work life. Let's see what are there. So which the ever changing working world, more such a aspect can be added in the list. So what are there? Here they are not responding to us. Okay, let's see. Let's see what are there. So whatever there are the changing in the world is a more aspect, and what are this we can say aspect is added in the list. What are the aspect you have to consider in the nowadays that's very important for the we can say improving your quality of the work life. So what are this type of aspect that you have to consider in your life and in your workplace that very important for you, right. So first one is the issue at the work. Issue at the work. First topic is issue. Issue at work. Issue at work. What is the meaning of that? So the manager must address by any issues that may lead the dissatisfaction. So they must find out the training it's needed. Some facilities or the resources are needed, or some other issues there are, the try to provide the solution for the same. So the organization must strive become a people centric, means not there to address any issues, but always depend on the facility whatever they provided to the human beings. So always people centric. So first one is the issue at the work. Second topic is the flexible work hours, which we discussed in the last slide. Is this flexible work hours. So what is meaning of that? If possible is a requirement of any employee, then flexibility is must given for the work hours. If your employees are very we can say that expertise in the particular field, then you have to provide the flexible work hours. If they have to completed their work, then you have to allow to go from the your we can say workplace. So it's a flexible work hour. It's always considered by the expert employees. Then third topic is the freedom. It's a very important. You cannot you cannot doing this type of activities with your employees that they are the prisoners. They feel like a prisoners whenever they are whenever they are coming at the workplace. They have to feel like they are prisoner. Not doing this type of activity to them, doing freedomness in your workplace. So once to a work is assigned, if a freedom is given to employee to work to the best for their abilities and take the independent decision, then they are the motivated with the work and the more effectively. If you assign the work and always you have to supervise them and always given the instruction to them, then they have to be a, sometimes they feel the frustrated, sometimes they have to feel the stress situation. So you, after assigning the task, they let them do their activity and let them take the decision according to their work, right? It's a given as a freedom, right? Then fourth aspect is open environment. It's very important, open environment. So if there is an open environment, then is everybody is heard their opinion and the respected, and then is enhance the QWL, quality of work life. If you provided the open environment, then employees can easily discuss their problems, discuss their new ideas, new innovative ideas with you. So if they have to fill this open environment, then and then they have to get this type of new innovative things. So it's very important, open environment. Then the fifth and the last aspect is the commitment to improvement. Commitment to improvement. Okay, what are they? If the employees are committed to the improvement in the performance, then the QWL be enhanced. To motivate the employees, and the staff recognition and support program must be introduced, so they can commitment to do improvement. So there are the 5 aspects of that: issue at workplace, flexible working hours, then freedom, open environment, and the commitment to the improvement. So there are the aspect is considered in the scope of quality of working life. Then what are the advantages of quality of work life? So it enhances the credibility of the organization among the all stakeholders like the consumer, employee, supplier. Then second one is increase the productivity. If your quality of work life is good, then automatically the productivity of your organization is increases. Third one, it helps to minimizing the non-attendance. Means there are the less absenteeism of the employees in your organization. Then it helps to attractive and the relating new skills in the employees. Then it enhance job involvement, and people give their best performance and best result, which in the turn is gives them a job satisfaction. Job satisfaction is achieved due to the job environmental and job involvement and job commitment. So company's reputation is automatically increases, right? So it's all are the quality of work life. If your quality of work life is good, then your employees are satisfied, then working goal is easily achieved, then your quality of product is increases, then automatically your reputation of the market in market is increases. Then it's a very important topic. There are the ethics of Vivekanand, Gandhiji, Aurobindo Ghosh and Tagore. So it's very important. In these 4 ethics are asked in GTU examination, so learn carefully. India has a many legendary individuals as a great thinker and the philosopher who follow a moral course and also inspire others to do so. So they have to demonstrate that human beings can achieve the higher mental and the spiritual development in which the moral conduct become a natural expression. So some of the great individuals in the history of India, there are the Swami Vivekanand, Mahatma Gandhi, Sri Aurobindo Ghosh and the Rabindranath Tagore ji. So let's start. First one, ethics of Swami Vivekananda. So this asked in GTU examination in 7 marks. So it's very important topic. Swami Vivekananda was a disciple of the Ramakrishna Paramhans. So to describe this Swami Vivekananda as a son would be conveying his identity because he was a great thinker, great philosopher, peace builder, a believer in the modern science and education, and the most importantly, a youth icon. So his ethically, we can say, philosophy was based on the mutual respect of a human beings where one's believe in the equality. It's very important. So Swami Vivekanand given very we can say quotes to us like Utho Jago ane dhreyi prapti sudhi mandya raho. Right. So there are the various type of quotes they have to provide for achieving a good human being life. Swami Vivekanand said that the morality is based on the purity of the soul and not on the common censures. Means if your soul is good, then you automatically work with the ethics. He believed that the essential nature of the human beings is the purity of your mind, purity of your heart, and purity of your soul. His theory of divine self-openness with the Supreme Spirit teaches us to love and serve everyone around, which leads to be a ethical behavior. Swami Vivekananda believed in the serving a people. He urged educated people to help those who live in the hunger and the unfavorable conditions. So it's very important. You should also help this type of peoples. It's a request for me too. So always try to help this type of peoples because we are educated means we have to provide them education. If you provide education to orphan, then if you provide education to poor child, so it's very important and it's a true manner of education. We can say we spread the education knowledge. It's true education spreading knowledge. He believed in the youth and urged them to make a determination to work in the bigger causes and attain the success. So he used to tell the youth that they were determined that in the nothing cannot be achieved. So he urged youth to be a preserve until the goal is achieved and gave the slogan that arise, awake and stop not till the goal is reached. Like Utho Jago ane Dhey Prapti Sudhi Mandya Raho, right? Second is ethics of Mahatma Gandhi ji. Mahatma Gandhi is taught to born in the Hindu family, was highly influenced by the other religion, as well as this belief that religion is not something that is a rigid but which leads to be a moral government of the universal. So his contribution to independence of the Indian through the non-violence and the satyagraha are known as through the world. So following as his idealism, what are there? He believed that the perfection cannot be achieved in the terms of achieving the highest, and hence a human being must keep on striving to follow the virtue, truth, love, non-violence, tolerance, fearlessness, and charity and service to mankind. He believed the service is mankind was the service to God. So he said that see God, one must see through his creation. So this thoughts leads to be a mutual growth for the everyone. He talked about the ethical conduct to be a very important and that the people must unhold the truth regardless and the consequences. So very important truth. Then ethics of Sri Aurobindo Ghosh. Sri Aurobindo Ghosh was an Indian philosopher, yogi, guru, poet, and the nationalist. He joined the Indian movement for the independence, was the influence leader. Later of one, he became a spiritual informer and was gave his entire attention on the yoga. He believed that moral principle must not be based on the external code such as the approach for the narrow and judgmental, but some his views is ethical conduct as below, that he believes that people of a moral and value is another calculated for the consequences of the less more of the greatest number of people is using a utilitarianism, which we understand in the chapter number 1, utilitarianism, right? Or not just too late for the condition, but act ethically because that is the right thing to do. Whatever you have to do for not for your own self, always try to do for the other persons. He believed that the true nature of the human being is the highest self, whether they always act accordingly what is right. So he believed that when no rules is imposed on the human beings, and when there is a seeking of the truth self, then self involved and the act for the justification, compensation, purity, truthfulness become a natural expression. Because if any person have to given any order to us, they have to we can say any rule imposed to us, and then we doing the activity is not, we can say, as a human being. But without any rules and regulation, if we work with the ethics, it's a right meaning of the ethics. He believed the spirituality and the realization and the liberty and the transformation of the human being, and he developed the spiritual practices called the internal yoga. And the last one is the ethics of the Ravindranath Tagore ji. It's very important. These four ethics: ethics of Gandhi ji, ethics of Ravindra Tagore ji, ethics of Arvindo Ghosh ji, ethics of Gandhi ji. It's very important. These four, it's very important topics. So Ravindranath Tagore ji was the novelist and the drama artist, and also they have to given us the national anthem, right? So educationalist, poet, and social reformer of the and politician. He had a vast, we can say, knowledge. There are the vast and the huge knowledge, we can say this, in the field concern for the Indian life. So his significant ideas are as below. He believed in the humanism. He always believed in the humanism. The supreme reality, according to him, cannot be achieved through the love of a mankind. Love of a God is translated to the love of human. He believed that every human being is entitled for the freedom, spiritual, economical, and political. So he stood by the individual for the justice. Because of that, there have to be a state that existed for the individual, and activists must be directed toward the betterment of those who are individuals. He advocated stand along the spiritual fearlessness and urged the people to stand with their rights. Always you have to stand with the right things. He had a faith and the social solidarity, ancient Indian culture and the civilization. He felt that the social political institution must go side by side. He therefore believed in the mankind and the constructive effort to revive ancient Indian culture. His education system is revolutionary. He believed the objective of the education is not merely and the accumulation of the knowledge, but for the overall development of the human being. He emphasized that freedom and the joy in the education has to be a elimination of the physical punishment and the examination of fear. He believed that education which allows to Eastern and the Western culture to unite this, understand each other. Therefore, he established the Shantiniketan, a new university which have to conducting trade for the Indian to the world. Okay. So thank you very much. Here there are the very important ethicals, right? So it's very important to learn this ethics, and this four ethics is asked in GTU examination: ethics of Gandhi ji, ethics of ethics of Ravindranath Tagore ji, Arvind Ghosh, and Gandhi ji. So it's very important to learn. If you have any query regarding that, you can ask me from the any mode of communication. Here we completed professional ethics subject. From my side, I completed professional ethics subject, and from your side, I also hope that you also seen this video lectures very carefully, and you also completed this professional ethics subject. If you find any query from the you can contact me from the any mode of communication. Okay, thank you very much.